This is Meri at TheMeriAtelier, and it is Thursday, February 12th, 2026. Welcome to my desk. Welcome to my desk. So this morning I have several things I want to do. I want to show you this order that I got from Ranger.com. I have some felt pads. We're going to experiment a little with ink and felt because I used the foam ones the other day. But really what I want to do is experiment with mixing some of these ink colors and seeing if I can get different colors. So we'll probably do that in my Society of Ideal Collector. I also want to build some little scribble journals where I'm keeping track of the slow stitch projects that I'm doing, keeping track of the dates and the months and the words that go with them. I need to revert back to 2024 and document all of that. And I also want to work in my little scrap calendar. That's what we're going to do first. So let me put these things, no, maybe we'll do the Ranger mail first. Let me put these things up and away, up, and away. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Let me get situated here. And open up my notepad so that I can see folks coming in. Oh, I got a bunch of notifications. Get rid of those. And come into my channel. Turn the sound down and go to my live stream. There we are. And we got 3 of you out there. I got an ad, so give me a minute to get by the ad. And of course, it takes a minute for my chat to come up. Come on, chat. There we go. It's Arlene. Hi, Arlene. And hi, folks in the balcony. Good morning. Happy February the 12th. All right, let me fix the chat to all messages and fix the quality on this notepad up to 1080. There we go. Now, I'm all set. Good morning, Miss Arlene. So Ranger.com at various times, well, most of the time, they have, if you go to their product gallery, I think it's their product gallery, but they have a sale category, and I like to go in there and see what they have on sale, and I always attach something that's not on sale, and this time I attached this photo pack. And it's got, I don't have this one. So it's got several photos in there. I like the black and white photos. I like to include them in my journals and write little stories about them. And then I got a few things that were on sale. I didn't spend much. I think the postage cost me more than anything. The archival re-inker here is a blossom color. It's kind of a pinkish red. That only cost me $1. Now, this was in the sale category. The Diana's Wakely's, this was on sale. It's 8 sheets of words, and it only cost me $2. And then there's some distress spray here. Tim Holtz Distress Cranberry Mica Stain. That cost me $2.25, and then this cost me $7. So every now and then I like to go buy from them. I like to see what they put on sale. Sometimes you can get some pretty good bargains. I think those re-inkers for $1 and $2 is a pretty good bargain. So just share that with you. Good morning to you. Got 7 people in here. And Arlene's the only one who said anything. Is Arlene? Oh, there's Joyce. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Gigi. Good morning, good morning. So moving along, let's do some work on the calendar. Today is the 12th. Let me get it out here. Today is February the 12th. And the little verse, this is a friendship, and it does have some Bible verses in it. But it's the Beauty of Friendship calendar. I got it at the thrift store for a couple bucks, $1.50. And for February 12th, it says, a knowledge that another has felt as we have felt, and seen things not much more otherwise than we have seen them, will continue to the end to be one of life's choicest blessings. So that's Robert Louis Stevenson. So if you find somebody who sees things as you see things, it's a blessing. And I like to go in here and darken the text. You know, my old eyes do not like this light text, and I just do it on the day, the month and the day. I work on this sporadically. I've got blank pages in here to work on. But this helps me use up my desk scatter. February 12th. So now I think that I will tear some tissue paper here. Let's just get my ruler out. Tear it. I'm trying to use up this really, I guess you could call it dust scatter. It's more, I found it as I was sorting through. Looks like I already tore some bits here, so let's go ahead and use it. Maybe tear around in here. Okay, it's going to overlap a little, but that's okay. We'll tuck it under. And I use my glue stick, and I need a... Now, it's always in my way when I... Oh, and maybe we'll use some of this. This is a wax paper roll box that I covered. And I do have some painty paper in here that I need to be using. So let's tear a sheet of that off. This is part of a flower, I think, a big old sunflower that I did. And that's really, I think this was a Crayola thing here. And we'll just use it as but that really wasn't what I was, well, I could use the back of that. Ooh, I like the back. I like the back better than I do the front. We'll keep those separate. Let me reach over here and get some. Oh, that's parchment paper. Some waxed paper. So I hope everybody is off to a good day, the start of a good day. Got an ad. Joyce says, hi Arlene. Gigi says, hi Meri in chat. Arlene says, hi Joyce and Gigi. We're saying good morning. Thank you guys for greeting people when they come in, especially when I get started working on my pages. Sometimes I don't see, I do not notice folks who come in, and I feel bad because I miss them. I think I missed Becky the other day. She said, as I was reading back, she said, tell Meri I was here. I showed up. Becky, I saw one of her Instagram posts where she was making some, I think she said nail art. And she does a lot of Instagram posts. Let's see, we're going to put this right here. Do I need to zoom in just a teeny bit so you can see a little bit better? It always looks closer up on this phone than it does on my other one. And then I'm just going to take these and flip them under. Make sure I only have one page. February 12th, February 13th. Okay. But let's go ahead and let's do some of this. So that fits in there. I have a little piece here, but I do have some text there. And I'm really just using up scraps is what I'm doing here. Using up stash. And it's always fun to do these calendars. And I think I'll continue this. Let's put this one here. Yeah. So I did a member stream last night. So if you're a part of the Fibdiggity Creators group, I did do a live stream last night. And you guys, oh my goodness. I signed off and I did some things around the house here. Signed off, what, around 9:30 or so. And then I got it back on my phone and I found a PayPal from Rebecca, from Legia Rebecca. You guys, my heart just dropped. She is such a sweet person. She gave me a wonderful PayPal. She said, "This is towards your new printer, Meri." And that's what it will go for. I just want to thank her so much. So thank you, Legia, if you're out there listening. She's probably getting ready for work. She's a working gal. All right, I still have the top here to do. And I think I'll kind of tear this. If I can, just rip it at an angle. And I have the top here. I like to get some color. Let's see what I have. Let's see what kind of scrappies I have. I have fabric. I have that bag of scrappies here. Are these Rebecca scraps? I think these are scraps I got from Rebecca. More fabric. Well, we'll come back. I'm tempted to pull some of this thread. This is thread. I think what I did in this case was I had like a duvet cover that I got probably from Pearl, and I need to thin this out. How about something like that? And I think my fine art glitter glue needs to be filled, but I might have enough in here to... I can get the pin out of it. don't want to mess with that too much. I'll pull it apart. Let's, that pen needs to be, do you have any pens? She says, no, you took them all, Meri. You took them all. Got some little ones. I did. I'm gonna do a pair of overalls for Penelope. Let me grab a needle in here. I put all of her pins and needles in this. I need one that I can, that's a needle. I want a feather pin. So it's Thursday, the weekend is right around the corner. Right around the corner. I can get in there with my, it's really clogged. Yeah, it's, I'm not giving up. Not giving up. I don't want that one. I want this one. Let's take some of that glue and put on here. Come the other way. Gunky glue, but this is dimensional anyway, so it will, that may need to be cleaned off. Hold on. Yeah. I dropped the towels. Hold on. Just cleaning out this cap. Yeah, it's really stuck in there. I need to take it out under some running water and clean it out. Because I'm just poking a hole through it. I'm really not getting it clean. But I may have enough of a, so I have any. Oh, I have that open. Let's refill it. Oh. Let's go ahead and put this down, and then I'll, where I don't get it stuck, I'll come back. And this is brand new. Hopefully it's good. I think I ordered this one. That's pretty empty. I'm not too worried. Whoops. Well, it went down in there. Oh. Can't see behind me. Thought I had some skewers. What did I do with them? We'll use this one. Poke that foam down in there. I don't know if I can. Yeah, here it is. Waste not, want not. I'm a little bit wary that this is going to be too thick, but we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe I should put that towel just in case. Although, if it gets on the towel, if it's on this, I might be able to... Oh no, it's going to be fine. Okay. Put the lid back on this. That back in the cart. Now my glue stick is still undone here. Put the lid back on this. And hopefully I got that cleaned out enough. We shall see. I don't like to use that little pointy knob for the very reason that I don't like. This is a wider nozzle and it still gunks up on me. I should try putting it in my fine liner, but fine liner does the same thing. If I can't get some of this gunk off of it. Here. I don't want it to go inside the glue. There we go. Throw that away. All right, let's see if I can get this cap on now. All right, hopefully it will. Oh, that stuck pretty good. This didn't stick. Let's put some. There we go. I just wanted some color. I'll clip this one off. And let's poke a hole in there before I put my pretty stopper, the beaded stopper that I got from Rebecca Wells. A glue bottle stopper here. I'll probably be using this again, but we'll go ahead and put it in there. There we go. All right. Had to stop and do stuff. Put that over here. Okay. So let's clip that hanging over here. It is red. And did I see some red in here? Did I see some red? I saw some red. red for February. I'll grab a couple of things here. And I guess I'll cut another little heart. And the trick to cutting these hearts is to put a piece of paper this is folded. We'll cut it on this fold and have a not only have a tissue heart but have a white heart. The trick to cutting this tissue paper is to hold a stronger paper behind it. It's a lot easier to cut when you do something like this. Let's just snip this off. So I'm going to cut a heart shape. And I have the red one. Come on. That I'm going to put down in here. That's a little pointy up at the top there. Let's smooth that out. A little better. Now, the trick to the tissue paper. No trick. You just try to get it across your tissue paper without ripping it. Tissue paper is fairly strong. And we'll put it in here. And now I'm going to flip my page and we're going to, I think I'll tear this one, scrap, and this one I'm going to fold over and glue it. And got a Facebook message from my my nephew's wife. She posted on her page, my grandniece won first place in the science fair, and she goes to a fairly large high school. I was kind of surprised. And she gets to go to state with it. Congratulations to her. Way to go. I'm going to have to tell her grandpa. He'll be proud of her. And I was looking at the display on the photo of her science project, and it's all about the dangers of nicotine. And I said, oh, Grandpa needs, because he's a heavy smoker. I can't get him to quit smoking. And let's just tear this a little. It's going to rip anyway. It didn't. This is wax paper. I don't know if that's going to glue very good. Let's try the fine art glitter glue on that. The glue stick was not holding it. And I really need a scrappy here. We'll use a Post-it note. Glue that back down. So we're proud of her. All right, now I have this negative heart. I'm wondering if I can glue that down. Maybe on the other page. I have a negative here. Whoops. Yeah. All right. Am I happy with this? I'm not really trying to go for masterpiece art. I'm just trying to use up desk scrap. And I can see where this is going to be a issue if I've tried to. I'm going to have to either use my fine art glitter glue or glossy accent. Let me put this back in there. So let's continue on here. Maybe I'll use the blue here. Robert Louis Stevenson. Let's do that. Outside here. If you find somebody who thinks like you do. So I'm going to put some little hearts in here. Just because Valentine's Day is on its way. There we go. I'm going to call that done. Let me come out and look at chat. Let me refresh my chat. Top messages. Oh, messages. Joyce is here. Hi, Lightstar. Welcome in, Lightstar. Had a really cute happy Valentine amigurumi. Is that what you call that? Lightstar. That was so cute. Little short. Joyce is here. She's saying hello to Gigi. Hi. Hi, Jersey. Teeth. Teeth. What about teeth? Oh, thank you, Jersey. You're just so sweet to me. Lightstar says, I'm no longer on Facebook because they kicked me off of Facebook for talking about my husband being violent to me. Oh, my goodness. Well, I hope you're okay. Maybe he got kicked off too. You don't know. I don't know. But you're welcome here. Don't bring your husband. I'm just teasing you. I don't think you would. Jersey says good morning to everybody. Lightstar says, I've never been somebody who was sitting up in the balcony. Yeah, I go up in the balcony quite a bit when I'm watching videos because I'm doing stuff. And so I understand people who sit up in the balcony. We've only got 7 people in here this morning. Everybody's sleeping in. That's okay with me. You was experiencing it on YouTube. Arlene says, I'm going to the balcony. See you all after a while. It's just what's going on here. Lightstar says both YouTube and TikTok are really big, and so is Facebook. So they are mean to us on some of the live streams. That is a tactic because they want us to use a different service. Huh. They have a way about doing it, and that is being mean to us on YouTube, and now they're doing it on TikTok. Then they will promote an app. They is the world, economy. People who are hired to tell us to go to different apps in the internet stores like Google and Apple. There are a couple of things that they do, and that is telling people to get off the internet. I've never experienced that, huh? I'd probably block them. Huh. Well, I'm not going to tell you to leave Lightstar. You're welcome in here as long as you're... And I haven't seen you do anything really bad. You're just kind of expressing some bad experiences. Those who deployed people to tell us to get off the internet, I think they are finding a much larger problem. People are still not talking. Huh. You don't have it crafting anymore? Arlene says, are you all crafting this morning? Gigi says, I love to be able to be here. I felt so long ago since I'm working full-time now. You're working full-time, Gigi? Oh my goodness, that can cut into your craft time. All right, I'm up to the top. You have seen the rap music artists, and they are just pretending to crochet on TikTok, but they are not really interested in it. They just use it for the views. Oh, I'm not on TikTok. And I'm on Facebook, but I don't really post a lot. I share a lot. If I see something that I want to share, I'll repost it with my friends. But I have a hard enough time keeping up with YouTube. This is a Turkish carpet, I think. A magic carpet. Take me away. Let's see, what is this page about? Happiness is inward and not outward. And so it does not depend on what we have, but on what we are. I feel like using this magic carpet, but I don't know if I can get it on there. Oh, let's see what else I have. I've got plenty of scraps to use, believe me. Scraps galore. Scrappies galore. Let's see what's in here. I zipped it up. Got a recipe card. Here's what's cooking. I've got some Menards rebate forms. I need to send in my rebate forms because I've got a Christmas bulb. They changed it to you can save for up to a year. And I'm getting toward my year, and I need to go through and send them in because I could probably get a pretty nice rebate. This is Christmas. This needs to go in my zine. Here's some floral. I'm going to save the Christmas out. This is Christmas too. And this is Christmas. We're not done with Christmas yet. What else do I have? I have a little folded pocket corner. I think these came from Aaron. They're quilt things, but I could use them in a corner, so I'm going to save that. I've got some more red tissue. Crayola. Oh, I got some stars. some deer. Christmas deer. Some embroidery floss. I think these are needles. No, we'll say these are photos. Time Life. Here's a little crochet thing. And oh, here's some tatty. Red. All right. We'll see what I can use here. So this is the day before. This is yesterday. And it's February 11th. And it says, happiness is inward and not outward. This is the wrong pen. Here's my little. And so it does not depend on what we have, but on what we are. Henry Van Dyke. So if you're not happy, look inward. It's been a long time since I've not been happy. Probably coming down here because I didn't know what was going to happen to me. But I've gotten over all of that. And now I'm, whoops, that's a U. Oh, I messed that up. Oh well, February 11th. Sometimes for happiness, you just have to move on. You just have to move on. I think I'll do this. I don't know if it'll fit on this page. We shall see. It barely fits. Just barely. Maybe I'll juxtapose it here. Put it this way and then this way. And trim that down a little. We're going to try it. Put this tissue in here. And put this heart like that. Let's trim it a little on the outside. I'm just using up desk scatter here. I don't think I'm on my red dot. Well, nobody can force you to turn your group over to them. How do I want to put it? Like this. I use that. This needs a little bit of moisture on it. Put a little drop of water in my hand here. your glue sticks, you need to use them, or they start getting sticky, and I don't know if that's going to stick. We shall see. Now I think I had it like this. Now, it's going to fold over a bit here. I'm going to cut it off, but I don't mind it going off the edge. Yeah. Keep the cap on the glue stick. All right, we got this. Got this. I can cut it. I think I'm going to flip back another page. Oh, that page before is Dee Dee. I think this was February 10th. This is February 11th. Let's flip back to the 9th. And I am going to cut this in half because I got two corners here. And we're going to use these. On the corners. And it will also go on, this is the 9th of February and November the 22nd. So this will kind of go for November too. I'm going to put that right in there. And I guess I'll go back and use my fine art glitter glue again. And there's my little scraper. Just using up scraps. And we'll go ahead and glue it on the back. Needs to come down a little more. What I did with that little pink sheet I was using. Let's grab another one. I don't have this on really good, but that's okay. It's just scrap. It's just scrap. It's a little lopsided, but we'll save another one for another time. February 9th says, "You are God's created beauty and the focus of his affection and delight." Did you know that you're a focus of God's affection and delight? You may not feel like it, but he created you. February, just think of your creations as something that you're really proud of that you did. That's probably how God feels about you. February 9th. Hi, Tina. I think Light Star is just expressing some discontent that she's had on different services. Sometimes it helps just to go someplace and tell somebody what you're thinking. There we go. Tina says, "Good morning, Meri. Good morning, Miss Tina. Welcome in, welcome in." All right, that's just put a scrap. I wanted to use that corner. I'm not done with February. I'm not done with yesterday's. Let's see. I've got this. I kind of like this. Let's figure out how I'm going to put this on here. Scrappy scrap. Scrappy scrap. Whoops. It's got a piece of tape there. Can't tear through the tape. Let's put it this way. Maybe up a little. Let that red show through. Put it under. There we go. My glue stick. Where did he go to? I'm just using up desk scatter. I like to use it up. I've got so much of it. Oh, and this isn't sticking. I don't know, I might have to get me a different glue stick. Well, how did I have it now? I moved that heart and it. Well, we'll just put it right in there. Tina, Arlene says. Tina, welcome in. Meri's just all involved in her scrappies here, seeing what I can use and what I can't. This is felt. I saved this for another. There's some crayon there. Crayon. It's not felt. But this is felt. And this is a tie. I don't need that. Put that back in the bucket. There's a little piece of text. I could just start collaging. Oh, Henry Van Dyke got covered up here. There we go. Let's just start a little scrappy collage here. Might have to glue it several times. See what I can do. Get off my finger. Let's put this down here. Use up the scrappy scraps. Let's cut this. And move it over here. Yeah, that'll work. Welcome in, everybody. I'm just playing in my journal this morning. This is a piece of fabric. It's kind of pretty. Let's put it up here. So, being insistent here. Might have to spray some water or glue on it. There we go. February the 11th. Let's find something. Let's put another little text scrap in here. Get off my finger. Let's put it right in there. So this is kind of just a scrap collage in here I have going. And let's tear a bit of this tissue. There's the ink pens. I don't want that. Let's tear up here. Put that right in there. I'm just kind of framing the verses, it seems like, on these. On one of them, I think it was the one I did with Dee Dee. Dee Dee's smile that she puts in her Happy Mail. I did the whole page, and I might do that on a couple more. All right, let's take my pen. This is a yellow pen. Yellow paint pen here. Shall we just paint with it? I don't want to paint out the, because it would probably cover up the verse. We'll just paint around it. There we go. And then what happened to my black? See, I don't get the cap back on these glues, and I suffer for it. There's the glue stick one. here's the this one. All right, but I still haven't found my, here it is. I kind of like to make this a regular shape in here. I think it adds interest. I've got way too much out here. Oh, this is purple. This isn't what I want. I should put those markers away. All right, we're going to quit on that. I think I'm happy with it. So we did got this thread holding on to this. We did the 11th and the 12th. I feel like I need a dark in there. I like my black. Let's frame that out. Let's frame out the heart that is not sticking down. So this is the 12th. This is today. And this is the 11th. That was yesterday. This is the one I did the other day with Dee Dee's Smile. She sends these when she sends Happy Mail. She puts a smile. I save them. I think they're cute. And then we went back to the 9th. And I think what I'm going to do is grab one of these Time Life photos. Let's see what these are. Time Life trivia cards, I guess. Keisha was selling them. This is an old packet. Of course, I can't get into it. Well, I'm going to have to cut it because it's old. And you know what I'd like to do is do a transparent page on one of these. Let's find one. Ooh, I kind of like that. Those are deer. What's going on there? That one's cool. Those are kind of cool. Most of these are famous people. Well-known people. Let's see, this one is, who is the German-born psychoanalyst Erich Fromm? Where did he immigrate in 1934? To the USA. In 1951, he established an institute of psychoanalysts in what country? Mexico. In the U.S., he was a leading neo-Freudian associated with what woman psychoanalyst Karen Horney. So he's a brain guy. Here, I kind of like this lady. Who is this comedian? Gracie Allen. Gracie Allen. Who was her famous husband and partner? George Burns. What line did her husband use to end their TV show? Say goodnight, Gracie. I should put that on here. Say goodnight, Gracie. Who was the announcer on her TV show? Harry Von Zell. I don't know who that is. This lady is, who is this actress? Ingrid Bergman. Ingrid Bergman. Oh yeah, now that does look like her. In 1950, she created a scandal during the timing of what picture and what director? Stromboli and Roberto Flaccellini. For what two films did she win Best Actress Oscars? Gaslight, 1944, and Anastasia, 1956. Name her 1978 film and the fellow Swede who directed it. Autumn Sonata and Ingmar Bergman? I don't know. I like this picture. This is a cool picture. This grandfather spent 59 years in baseball. Who was he? Branch Rickey. Besides hiring the first black in the major leagues, what else has he contributed to the game? The farm system. I don't know a darn thing about baseball, except I think that's a cool picture. For what two Midwest teams was he player, manager, or executive from 1905 to 1942? The St. Louis Browns and the Cardinals. In his years in St. Louis, what famous gang did he create? The Gelshaus gang. I shouldn't have put that down there. I could have made a pocket. Those are too cool to put on here. Finding one that will fit. Oh, this is kind of cool. He would fit on there. Weird. This guy would fit too. See, I get to playing. I get to playing. I kind of like, I think I'll fussy cut. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Now I have to hand sanitizer. I got a different bottle of hand sanitizer out. Whenever I sneeze, oh, that's alcohol, not hand sanitizer. Whenever I sneeze, I got to sanitize my hands. But let me take care of my nose. Oh dear. Oh dear. And we don't want it all over my art. Now let me sanitize my hands. I don't even like it for myself when I sneeze like this, and I just sanitize my hands. All right. I'm going to fussy cut this guy out. I brought my little scissors in here, but they're buried someplace. They're buried. Where are they buried? Oh. We'll just do a rough cut here. Because see, we don't need all this white space. I ordered some little scissors. I got so frustrated yesterday. I was working on my slow stitch. And those little scissors, I just can't keep them. I can't keep them. I'm always losing them. Putting them here and putting them there and putting them in this bag and, you know, losing them on my table. And I can't keep track of them. I got so disgusted yesterday, I went out and ordered two of the smaller embroidered. They're not very expensive. All right, that's a scrap. Let's toss that. This is the last page I'm going to work on. I'm going to put him right in here. You are God's creation. And let's do that with our wax paper is way down here. Glue on this. Get enough of it on there. Put it just like that. You are God's creation and the beauty and the focus of his affection and delight. And we'll trim this up. And scraps. Hard to find blinds. All right, let's take these. We'll come back and play with these another day. Take these, put the glue stick, probably use it again. How about putting this red here? Kind of like that. Now, we'll save those for another day too. I got some stuff in there. Let's put these back. If and I can. And start getting ready to either toss or keep. There's a heart. That's a keep, that's a keep, that's a toss, that's a keep, that's a scrap. Post-it notes. Keepers here. Scrap. Scrap, keep. Keep. I was thinking this heart might go good on here. Help if I'd open it up. Put that right in there. I like that. These are scrap. It's got a little tatting piece. Scissors, fabric crayon. What's that felt piece? Another day. There's a star. Scrap. Scrap. I have to throw some of this stuff away because it's getting very unmanageable for me. We're going to put all of this back in the bag. Scrap. We'll keep that. Alrighty. Whoops. More over here. And I think I have another one of these. Get it all in my hands. Alright, and this all goes in the wastebasket. Now, where's my bag? Yeah. Down below. We'll bring that out another day. I want to move on to something else. Throw these away. All right. I didn't put anything up here, but that's okay. We'll leave it. He's God's creation. A little black thread in there. Whoops, going off of the edge of the page there. All right, so we did February 9th. I'm going to save that. February 9th. The 10th was already done. I kept finding all these little scraps. There's a Dee Dee's smile. February 11th was kind of like a collage. And February 12th. Knowledge that another has felt as we have and seen things not much different than we have seen them will continue to the end of one's life and as one of life's choices, blessings. So I did what, 4 pages? 3 pages. That's February 7th. I like that page. There's some blank pages here that need worked on. Several. Back to January 29th. January 27th, Abide With Me. January 26th. There is in friendship something of all relations, and something above them all. It is the golden thread that ties the hearts of all the world. I got the hearts tied together above the world. January 25th. The 24th. We didn't do much on the 22nd. And I have a lot of blank pages. And January 9th. I like January 9th. January 8th. January 7th with butterflies, stickers. January 6th. The 5th. Build with the best. January 4th. I like January 4th too. January 3rd was it? Got an Easter page there. January 1st. Where's the 2nd? There's the 2nd. January 1st, and then the facing page. And eventually this calendar, it's already starting to, I already can't really close it. So the more I work in it, the more it will go like this. And that's what makes it fun. So here we are on the 12th. Okay. Let me come out and look at chat. Let me put this behind me. Let me come out and look at chat. Thank you guys for sitting with me this morning. Hi. Hi, Dee Dee. It looks like Lala was here. Lala says, I'm going to the balcony to lay down. You never need to apologize to me, Lala, if you're listening. If you want to go up in the balcony, you go up there and rest. Chubby calendar, Arlene says. Dee Dee says, yep, she's nodding. Arlene says, Lala, rest well. Jersey said, it's a long one. I'm on at 10 a.m. and I'm debating what to do. I haven't done a hopping forever. Now I'm just giggling over PP. I don't know what PP is. That you're giggling over. Let's see what, maybe if I go up and read. Dee Dee popped in. Dee Dee, did you see I'm using your smiles on my calendar? Whenever you send happy mail, you do these little funny smiles. I'm putting them on my calendar. I got several of them here. My Dee Dee smiles cheer me up. That's quite a group, Laura. Laura says, oh, 14 to 15 PP. What are you talking about? And the hop starts at 8 a.m. Eastern and lasts until 11 p.m. Oh, is there a a video hop going on today and you're participating? Laura says, let me check how many are in the hop. I have a list. How many are in the hop? She's checking. Arlene says, I worked in my faith planner this morning and I scribed a bunch of pages till my hand rebelled. Those hands, I know what you mean, Arlene. I don't have the issue you do, but my left hand gets it's pretty good this morning. I haven't had any coffee yet today. But my hand can get really shaky. And I find that if I tense it up, that's when it starts to shake. Like I'm grabbing onto something I really want to hold on to, it starts shaking. But if I just mentally say, relax, Meri, relax, relax. Sometimes our hands rebel, don't they? Bless you, Dee Dee. Who's saying that? Laura. Bless you, Dee Dee. I have a few errands to run today. I try to get most of mine done on Tuesdays, if possible. By Thursday, I'm too lazy. I haven't been out. My brother went shopping again yesterday. He runs out of milk, and he can't always get it down here. And he says, I'm going to Hastings. But I'm waiting for my check to come in. It comes in the middle of the month. And so the last couple of times he went to Hastings, I said, I'm not going. If I go, I'll spend money I don't want to spend, you know. So the last couple of times I've been a homebody. Lala says she's using toothpicks to keep her eyes open. I'm sick again. Well, Lala, you take care of yourself. Jersey says, Dee Dee, and anyone else I'm missing. I just glanced up and I'm doing a dry run for the hop on Saturday that Dana and Becca are having. Oh, so it's Saturday. It's this coming Saturday. Laura, if you're listening, if you have a link yet for that hop, or I'll be on again tonight and tomorrow morning. If you want to pop in and leave a link to the hops, either here or tomorrow, feel free to do that. I don't mind as long as I know what it is. Arlene says she's back to dotting the granny. Dee Dee, we all love your signature smiley post. Yes, we do. I see one of my posts is in Meri's calendar. Yeah, you'll probably get some more of those smiley faces before the year is over. You'll have to get creative with your notes, Dee Dee, if they're going to go on my calendar. They're saying good morning to Dee Dee. Arlene says, Meri, make a little scissor fob to wear like a necklace when you are sewing. I know, I need to do that. The problem with that is I don't wear jewelry. I fiddle with it and I break it. I can't wear rings. I can't wear bracelets. I'm always... And a necklace, I'd probably strangle myself. I don't wear jewelry very well. I am always wanting to fiddle with it. There's Lala says she's not feeling well today. Lala, I'm working on a diamond dot pattern of a grandma diamond painting. Aww. Thank you, Lala, for the like, comment, share, subscribe. And you do that when you go to all the streams. I mean, you don't have to like it just to like it. But if you happen to like it, hit the like. Hit the thumbs up. Comment. Thank them for the day. Arlene needed coffee. And I think I'm back to where Tina came in. Let's go down to the bottom. Jersey says, I think that's just a short little stream to explain to everyone how they're doing prizes and stuff. Okay, here's the kickoff link for Becca's channel. They're having a hop on Saturday. I would play it, but you can hit the link and play it. I'm pretty wary about actually playing things on my channel. Of course, Dee Dee, here's the link to my particular stream at 10 a.m. I'm so rusty doing lives these days, it should be a kind of a hoot. Well, you're a hoot, Laura. I'm sure you'll do just fine. Lala says she's in the balcony. Rest stop. Going to the balcony. Jersey says I'm on at 10 a.m. on Saturday. Okie dokie. So now what I want to do really kind of quick, if I can put my hands on it. I think I put it behind me. Two things. I don't want to get messy yet. What did I do with it? Hold on, Meri can never find her next project. She gets things out. She says, this is what I'm going to do, and then she sets it someplace, and then she can't find it. Oh, where did I put it? Did I pile stuff on top of it? I might have. I did. In my slow stitch, for this year in 2025, K3N Cloth Tales is who I'm following, and she's doing a slow stitch journal where she's doing A through Z, and like A is for applique, the capital A, and the small a was for Ainu, A-I-N-U. It's a Japanese stitch or a Japanese technique, either one. And she's going to be going through the entire year. And in 2024, she did a stitch journal, and I followed along with her. And she'd used words, like the very first word was community. And she did a cloth weaving. Well, that's all well and good, but by the end of the year, I forget and I lost track. So what I want to do here, I have some pretty stationery, if I can get it out. Is it taped in there? Looks like they taped it. I got that as a thrift store. I haven't opened it yet. I don't know what I paid for it. It looks like it's taped. It's taped down. No. Yeah. Where's my scissors? I don't know how this opens. Oh, my station. It's taped over here. Here we go. Look at all those pretty pink envelopes. Ooh, I could do some Valentines. Probably be too late to send them now. Those are a lot of them. And here's the stationery I'm going to use in my journal. We'll put these envelopes back. My goodness sakes. Throw this back behind me. So what I want to do is fold and make some little, quick little journals where I'm going to write down the words and make notes. So let's cut this down to match this. I guess I'll just, I think I'll do it this way. Maybe I'll cut it a little larger. Throw this away. I hate throwing that away. It's too pretty. I'll save them in my scraps. I throw stuff away, but I have to, if I like something, I'll keep it. So, 2024 was, I'm really liking this stationery, but I'm figuring out how I want it to show here. I guess I'll fold it like this. And I think she did 52 weeks. So 52 divided by 4 is 16? No. 52. We'll go one time, carry 1, 12, 13. 13 times 4 is 52. So I need 13 pages. So 1, 2, I'll do 15. And they don't have to be perfect here. 1, 2, 3, 4. What did I say? 13? And I'll do 15. So, all right. 5. We got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One. And this is for 2024. Now in 2026, I think she's doing 2 a month. I mean 2 for a month. She'll do a capital A of small a, a capital B of small b. So it would be there's 26 alphabets. So it would be A, and B, B. There would be 2 to a page. And there's 26 of them, but 26 times 2 would be 52 again, divided by 4. So I'll probably need another 15. 1, 2. So I'll probably need 30 of these folded. 3. That's what I'm going to go about with here. 4. And I'm not going to bind them here. I'm just going to fold them so you can see. I'll bind them offline. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. There's 2 signatures. So there's going to be little scratch journals. And I'm going to go in and start recording on them. I got one more signature to do here. 1, 2. And I might have to mix these up because I think I get, are they all colored? Yeah, I guess they're all colored. I've got pattern on them. And I'll sort out the patterns when I get ready to bind. 3. Sometimes you can pick up this for pretty little things at the thrift store. Make little scratch journals. This stationery is awful pretty. I think I got 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here is 2024's. And I'll work it all out when I bind it. So we want to do 2025. And I'm going to do it with this yellow. I mean 2026. Let's take a photo sheet. think just about, I might have to use a little of this. Let's fold it, and I'll put tape or something on there if I need it. But I may not need, I might just need I'll need a little of it. Let's cut this. Cut it a little. Yeah, it's a little floppy. Let's put some washi tape. Find some pretty. Do you have pretty washi tape, Meri? Well, I've got washi. I wouldn't say it's all pretty. Got Christmas tree. We'll use this if I can get it off. May not be strong enough. Oh, you know what I have? I've got this that I got from, I think I got, no, that's not it. Where is it? Here, I got this from Rebecca, I believe. Or I got it in Happy Mail. Let's grab one of these. They're stronger. Now it fits pretty good. Now I just need to get it off. And we'll put that right here. And that'll keep this back cover from, it's got a crease there. Jeez. I'm just laughing at my messes. Yeah. All right. So I got one. I need 15. 2. 3. 4. 5. And I'll make notes in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's one signature. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the second signature. And I'm going to have paper left over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that the last one? I think so. I think I should have 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should have 15 there. And these will be, I'll bind these pamphlet style, and I might put some images or something. Look, I got all this beautiful paper left over. I can make a little journal. I can make a little journal. Opened the wrong door. My chair's in the way. I need a... Well, when you want a little one, you can't find it, so we'll use this. It's an old one to hold these together until I get them bound. So that's done. Let me come out and look at chat again. I'm going to save this. Is this going to be too strong? I put it back in that box. I don't know if I can get that box open again. Oh, those beautiful envelopes. I guess I should write a letter or two. If I would have opened this last week, I would have made Valentine's, but it's too late to do a Valentine's now. We'll make a journal. We'll save it in my stash for a while. Now, what time is it? Let me come out and look at chat again. It is 7:45. I've got plenty of time. Am I down at the bottom here? Yeah. Tina says, hi, Dee Dee, Belinda, Laura, Jersey, and Lala. Hi, Belinda. Arlene says, hi. Welcome in, Belinda. Belinda says, Arlene and Laura and Lala and Dee Dee. Hi, Meri. Good morning, Belinda. Meri is mapping. Larry, I always come up with the wrong number, but, you know, I get close. Jersey says, enjoy the errands. I probably won't see you, Dee Dee, because I have to head out to get my iron infusion. Woohoo! Can't wait for the energy to pour in a few weeks. I think Dee Dee had to leave. She says, I will try to get back if Meri is still on. Today is Thursday. I think Lori Paint Girly comes on after me today. I'll be on until 9 Central. Jersey says, laughing, Meri, my brother-in-law calls me an event. You're an event, Jersey. Of course, Dee Dee, here's a link to my particular stream on 10 a.m. Laura Jersey is participating in a video hop that's going to be hosted by Dana Yates and Becca. I don't know Becca's last name. She goes by Becca. And it's going to be Saturday, and Jersey has dropped a link. Jersey will be streaming at 10 a.m. On Saturday. I think that's Eastern because she's in Jersey. Did she say whether it was Eastern? I'm thinking it's Eastern. They usually go on Eastern times in their streams. 10 a.m. She doesn't say whether it's Eastern, but she's just giggling over the capital PP. I don't know if I wanted to read that at first, but now that I understand what it is. Okay, the other thing I want to do is get messy. And I received in the mail yesterday, I ordered some, what did I do with them? I ordered some felt pads. Let me pick things up here. Did I bring them in? Yes, I did. I ordered some felt pads, and I only need one. They've got an adhesive back. When I did those inks, I have foam-based ink pads that I ordered some. I ordered some felt ones, but before they get here, I'm going to tear apart one of these. I'm only going to do one. And what I want to do mostly, I'm going to play with the felt pad first. And then what I want to do is I have this extra ink because I'm going to have to get a new printer. I don't want to destroy it. I don't want to throw away all this ink. So I'm going to start using my pipette here. I got it in my box. And I'm going to see what kind of colors I can mix out of these four. We don't have a white, so we'll probably use a gradient. But I'm going to grab one of these ink pads, and we're going to cut a felt piece. I'm going to try, let me get out everything here. Here's my rubber gloves. I'll need those. There's one of them. There's the other ones. Here is magenta. Well, before I get all this stuff out, I should put some wax paper down because it gets messy. Let me put some wax paper down here. And when I put down wax paper, I take my water spritzer, and this is a glass water type. I think you could do it on whatever your desk is, depending on if it's like Formica or I don't know about wood. You might be careful about wood. But when I use the wax paper, if I don't do this, my wax paper slips around. But I was making a pie crust one day, and I guess I had water on the table. I don't know where that came from, but anyway, I put wax paper down, and my wax paper didn't slide around anymore when I rolled out my dough, my pie crust. And I said, oh, I can use that in my craft room, in my studio. It's not a craft room, it's a studio. It's the Meri Atelier. And see, when you put the water down, now it will eventually dry out and move around. But for the most part, while I'm working, it sticks. And I can work on a nice surface. Now I can get everything out again. What I want to do is cut. I want to rip off one of these foams because I want to see. And it's ripping off pretty good here. I'll just save that to smear ink with, to sponge ink. I won't destroy it. And then I'm going to cut a felt pad, which is pretty thin. This is pretty thin, but I'm going to go ahead and use it because it's what I have. And it's got an adhesive back to it. Well, my magenta ink is about empty there. I should put my gloves on. I don't know where I threw them. Hopefully I threw them back. Oh, there they are. But let's cut this first. I tell you, I'm too crowded on this desk. This is not going to be a very thick, and you know, I probably could have put that felt down over the foam, but we're gonna try a thin one first. I could probably double it too. In fact, I think I'll cut a strip here. And see what happens. So this is going to go in here. I'm thinking I'll double it up if I can. I don't know if the sticky will stick onto the felt. It's got an adhesive back. And this is just going to be a little experiment. And I might not mix the ink for this because I'd have to get out the glycerin and everything. I might use one of the Tim Holtz inkers that I got, that Blossom. Let's put that in there. The reason I'm wanting to put two is that this is pretty thin and it's just even with that ridge. I think I can cut another one and stick them together. We'll see if that works. And all I want to do is see if this will work for making my own ink pads. Now I don't want to mix my own ink today. I'm going to use the re-inker that I got from Ranger.com because it's a blossom color. I'm not getting this adhesive off. There we go. Come on. Put my needle way in there. Huh. It's being stubborn. There it is. No? We're just going to double this up. Might even try. Now, I don't think that the ink will go to the second layer because I've got an adhesive layer in there. But if it only goes to the first layer, that's okay with me. And then I've got an extra foam pad here. I'm thinking that I can save this as release paper. I'll put it over here for now. So let's, look, I already made a scratch in my wax paper. Let's get that re-inker out. Ranger. Put it in a little baggie here. We're going to use the Blossom re-inker. And I think I'll get my Society of Idea Collector out because that's kind of where I'm experimenting. This is kind of a experiment thing. And the other day I did the, someplace in here, I did the owls. I might have to zoom out again here. I stamped off, this was ink that I mixed. Let me use one of these as a marker, or I'll use this as a marker. I'll come back to my book after I get this done. And maybe I should zoom out now while my hands are clean. Let's zoom out a little. That's as far out as it'll go. And this is the re-inker, and I'm not going to use the mica one. I'm going to use the Blossom. I think it's kind of a dark pink. I just picked it because it was on sale. I'm not a pink lover, but re-inker. Oh, it's orange. Blossom orange. Well, I can do an orange. And let me put my gloves on just for safety's sake here. And these gloves are the ones I used the other day, so these are latex ones. They're pretty good gloves. But I did cut my fingernails, believe it or not. All right. Find where the thumb hole is. Yeah, they're kind of grungy from the other day, but they're still good gloves. All right, so what I'm going to try to do is, now I don't think the ink will go through the adhesive to the second layer, but that's okay with me. I just want it kind of puffy. And we're going to re-ink this now. Lindsay had a credit card, and I don't have a credit card. I usually use a back of a cardboard to scrape with. So we'll use that. And I don't want to lose the cap. I lost one. It's on the floor someplace. Okay. So we're just going to put this re-inker in here. I'm always cutting my wax paper. This is Blossom Orange. I suppose once it gets... And I think Lindsay said you do it until the ink doesn't soak through anymore. We'll see what color it is when it stamps off. It looks dark, doesn't it? It looks like a brown to me. And you scrape it in, but it's really soaking in right now. And this only cost me $1. I might go out and order some more if they have them on sale. We'll see what they have. It's rangerink.com. Let's see if I can scrape some of this in. You see it's starting to set on top here. Yeah. I should probably get a towel out. Let's see if I can get some of this back in the felt. It's oozing off over the side. It looks brown. They call it a Blossom Orange. We're going to see how it stamps. Let me grab a towel or two. And you always want to wear clothing and stuff in here in your room that you don't mind gets messy. I'm going to try to clean off the side here a little. And we're going to see how this stamps. Now let's put the cap on this. And if I like this, I might make some more, but I ordered some felt ones. And I don't know if you can get blank ones. I imagine you could make some somehow and put them in an Altoid on top, maybe on top of an Altoid tin, or you know, you want something that you can close up. Maybe get make it and put the whatever you use as a base, put the base in the Altoid tin. I'm not sure how. I haven't really thought that far ahead about. Guess that's as good as that's going to clean up without no alcohol. So let's grab my Society of Idea Collector and a stamp and see how this stamps up here. So I'll put my bookmark in. Can get to it. So we're going to flip the page. And look, the ink that I did the other day, that I made the other day, did soak through a little. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can. So that's something to be aware of when you make your own ink. I don't know if this will soak through. Let's use the cat again. And we'll just put this paper towel down here. And ink it up and see if we can get an orange cat, a ginger cat. But you know, now see, this is juicy too. This is juicy. You might have to leave it out like you did the other. I can tell this is juicy. Let's see how this stamps up. And it could be that my felt is too thin. You might need a thicker felt, maybe a real, I got some wool felt, it's not white, from Rebecca. Oh, that did pretty good. the eyes are too dark for me. Let me get a little deal of alcohol. Put it over here to clean that stamp with. Or hand sanitizer. I'm going to pour a little bit of alcohol in this little container. Just a little. Make sure the cap's on tight. Make sure your cap is on tight, because I knock things over, Meri. Alright, I'll get my towel. That's not a towel. Where's my towel? That's the dirty one. Towel's underneath of the alcohol. You should probably use something different, but I don't want the eyes of that cap to be so dark. I don't think I carved the eyes deep enough for this juicy of a stamp. We'll see how this one stamps. It's very juicy. Probably need to leave it out a bit. Yeah, see, that stamped pretty good. And I can see the white of that. Let's do it again here. It didn't get in there very well, but it's probably how I stamped it. Don't spill the alcohol. So this is really all I wanted to do to see how those felt pads worked. And I'll make a note here that this is off of Rangers. Yeah, I did not restamp that. But I'm not going to. I'm going to clean it off here. I think I sopped up all that alcohol. Ink wants to catch in the whiskers. That's fun to try. And look at the cats coming through from the other side. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, now Meri's playing. Good way to use your ink when you do a cleanup is to smear it on your page. Don't waste anything. And look, the cats come. I don't know how it'll dry, but the cats from the other side are peeking through. How does it look on this side? Oh, look what I did. I made a mess out of my cats. Oops. Oh, well. This is what happens when you play. Well, my stamp is not clean. Get some hand sanitizer on that. I'm not going to do any more stamping. I want to play with my inks. However, if I play with them now, just from what I've seen here on this page, look, I got some goo on there. I think I'll stamp on a separate page and glue the separate page in, because I've pretty well messed up my stamping. I don't know, it may dry fine, but I messed up my stamping trials from the other day. I'm trying to clean my stamp. Hand sanitizer on there now. That's pretty clean. It gets caught in the whiskers. All right, that's all the stamping I'm going to do. But I'm going to work on a separate sheet of paper now, and I'll glue the paper in my Society by Dip Collector. I'm going to leave this out dry. let it dry. What I want to do now, and I'm losing stuff out of it. What I want to do now, I think I'll leave my gloves on, and I'm going to throw these away, but I'm going to keep my alcohol out. Let's see if I can't clean the edge of this a little. It'll be interesting. My other ink pads aren't due to arrive until Saturday, so I won't have a chance to play with them till next week, or maybe Sunday, if they come. It might be that this felt is too thin to hold this ink. I might have put too much ink on there for getting it entirely clean here. Clean enough. I'm going to put the lid on it. But what I want to do now is throw this away, and let's just grab some, I guess I'll just use copy paper. I'm going to get another deal of wax paper out here to kind of use as a palette. And let me grab some copy paper. Of course, I put things away and they fall. They don't stay put. Let me pull my sleeves up. And let me grab some copy paper. And I'll just do a sheet here. My sleeves aren't staying up. And what I want to do is play with where's my box of ink in my box? Oh, I need my pipette. The spoon. Where's the pipette? I don't need the spoon. Here's the blue. I don't think I have much magenta left here. This is the blue and the magenta. Let me pull some out of here. I want the yellow. Yellow and blue make green. I don't need blue. That's magenta. Where's my yellow? The last one. And I'm going to pull black, but I don't know if I'll use any black, because what I want to do is play with mixing some colors. And say I do a drop of, and I need to get water instead of alcohol here, because I'm going to be having to clean my pipette a lot, because I'm going to be, where are those pipettes? What I did with my pipettes here. I had pipettes. My gloves. Hold on, I'm looking. I don't know what I did with them. Oh, I'll just clean them, because what's this? There's another black. I should use that instead of this. What I did with my pipettes. Paint brushes. my hands on them. They might have fallen on the floor someplace. I'll just use the one, and I don't have that much water in here either, so I may not be able to do as much as what I'm thinking, but we'll play. Because I need to clean my pipette between colors of ink. So I want to mix some blue and yellow and some blue and red. But I don't want to mix a big drop. So blue, we don't need the black, yellow, and magenta. So what I'm going to do here, and I need a brush. I need a little brush. Because I'm going to play. This one might work. I just want to play and see what kinds of colors I can get. Now, I think it will depend on how much ink you use of each one. And I just want a drop of blue for each. And we'll do the blue first. We'll do the blue first. And I don't need a whole lot. I just need a... So I'm going to do it over here. A little drop of blue there and a little drop of blue there. I'm going to squeeze maybe a little bit more there. I'm going to squeeze the rest in there. So see, I'm wanting to clean my pipette. But that's okay. We're just going to do a little swatching here. I want to see if I can get different shades. Let me get my towel out. Maybe a couple of them at the ready. Put them up here. All right, I'm going to clean this. And already my water is dirty. But my pipette's clean. Cleaner. It's got a little blue in it. And let's do the yellow. And I might have to use my pliers to get this one because I haven't opened that yet. And I want more yellow than blue. And I think what I'll do, and I could even do yellow and magenta. We're going to put some yellow over here. Boy, it looks brown, doesn't it? But that's yellow. Get that cap back on there. Tight. I'd hate to spill that all over the rug. Boy, my brother would make me recarpet the room. I'd say wait till I'm done. 10 years and then recarpet it. I've been taking pretty good care of his rug. All right. Now I'm going to clean this out as much as possible. I might have to get some clean water. Because it's... Let me get some clean water. I probably won't be able to do a lot of this because I don't have that much water and I don't want to run and get more. I might move on to something else. I got plenty to do. Let's take and wipe this out. And put some clean water in there. I'm just putting a little in there, but it's enough to clean my pipette. I don't think that's going to matter. It's a little stained in there, but that's okay. Now let's do the magenta. Oh, my chair is getting uncomfortable here. Let's do the magenta. Is just about all. This is about all gone, but I have some in there. And this over here is the magenta. See, the magenta and the yellow. Whoops. Got it on my paper. The magenta and the yellow appear very much the same. I'm going to get a different sheet of paper. I'll use this for scrap paper. I want a clean sheet. That foam out of there. All right, so now what I want to do, let's clean my magenta pipette. It's got a little bit of staining in there, but I don't think it'll hurt it. What I want to do is see if I can't do a little bit of mixing. So I'm going to take a little bit of blue and put here and dab a yellow in there. And see, I already got more. And it's almost doing a brown, black. Let's go back to the yellow. Let's just grab some yellow and do. See, I'm not sure I can. I'm wanting a blue and a yellow. And I'm getting a brown. And that's what happened with my, when I did red and blue. And this is almost a black color. And I should probably be using alcohol now. So I can get black and I can get brown, but I can't get green. And I would think that when the computer, let's take a little of this yellow and put over on this now. You would think that when the computer figures out green, how does it figure out how much to use? I'm only getting brown and blacks. So I was hoping that I could mix different colors with my inks, but I don't think I can. I think that it knows what it needs. Now this is the magenta here, and it's a pretty magenta color. It's almost a brown color. But if I mix that with the blue, just take a dab of blue here, and I get this, see, just a dab of blue makes it black. I don't get that pretty lavender color that I want. So this is just an experiment. This is me trying to figure out what I can do and what I can't. Now the thing is, you don't have to use printer ink to make your ink pads. Lindsay used my head is watercolor, and she also used chalks. She used children's watercolor. So this tells me I cannot mix reds and purples, and it just gives me browns and blacks. So that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm going to wash out my brush a little here. Make sure it's clean. And I'm just going to throw this away. So let's get out some watercolor. I'm just going to throw all this away because I could save it, but I don't want to go to the trouble. Now, she used watercolor and water and mixed her inks that way. I don't think she used watercolor and glycerin. I'd have to go back and look. Because you use glycerin and alcohol. She might have used watercolor and alcohol. I don't know if she did that either. When she made her ink pads, and she used the foam. She used the foam base for her watercolor ink. I'd have to go back and see. It would make sense to me that if she put it on a pad here that maybe she used the glycerin and watercolor. That's what we're going to do. We're going to use a little bit of glycerin and watercolor. And she used liquid watercolor. I do not have liquid watercolor. I guess I could make some. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to go to all that trouble. I'll go back and watch her. You could shave some watercolor or even mix a nice little puddle of watercolor and mix it with, did she mix it with glycerin? I don't think she used glycerin. I'll have to go back and watch and see what she did when she made her foam pads. But this tells me, this is really what I wanted to accomplish. I wanted to see if I could mix yellow and blue and get a green. Well, what happened was, this is my yellow. What happened was I mixed yellow and blue and got a black and a brown. And the same thing with the magenta and the blue. I get browns and blacks, which are pretty, but I can't achieve with the printer ink the same thing that the printer does when it figures out all its little combinations. You know, the different red, blue, green, whatever. Red, yellow, blue, magenta. So I guess I'll have a lot of magenta and black and yellow ink pads and blue. Because I got a lot of ink here. I'm going to make ink pads out of these, but I won't do them all at once. I'm not going to mix any more ink pads today. I'm going to move on. What time is it? It's 8:26. I got a half an hour. Let's see what I can do in a half an hour. Take off my gloves and put all this stuff away. That will take up 5 minutes. It tells me what I can do and what I can't do with this ink. I was hoping that I could mix 16 million different colors. But that's not going to happen. All right. And put my brush away. I cleaned that. Enough. And I'll put this water in my jug. And clean that out with my towel for the next time. This held frosting for the cinnamon rolls. I don't throw these little things away. I keep them. And I'm going to put these inks back in the box. I'm not going to put them in the printer box because I'm going to use them for art. I may just smear them like this on whatever I'm doing. I'm going to put this in my Society by Idea Collector. This re-inker will stay out. Find a place for it on my shelf. These will go in the box. These will go in the box. Where's my pipette? It'll go in the box. What's this? The foam pad will go in the box. All right. Let me get the box. I have a box here of what I've been playing with this. I could make, another use for this is to make spray inks. I'll spray some ink on here. I just made the blue. And this is just a couple drops of blue with a whole thing of water. And I'm just going to drop these in here. It doesn't have to be perfect. I've got an extra sprayer. We could mix some ink. Let's do that. Let's do some yellow. There's my yellow. We'll put some water in there. And put these in here and my pipette. And I don't have a stencil handy, so I'm just going to spray a spritz of each of these. Let's mix some of this up. Took my gloves off. And I used my pipette. I guess I'll get it out again because I don't want to pour this ink and spill it all over the table. So let's see what kind of a color one squish of the pipette makes. This is supposed to be yellow. I need my funnel, but we'll try this. And this is just water and ink. This ink is water soluble. I might put some more ink in there. Let's give it a spray first and see what it looks like. What I did with my towel. Come on, towel. It'll be interesting, maybe if I water it down and mix yellow and blue, I'll get green, but I don't think I do. I think I'll get brown again. Let's see if that's dark enough. It may not be dark enough. Oh yeah. Well, it's spraying, but it's not dark enough. Where's my pipette? Let's put some more yellow in there. Let's put a bunch of yellow in there. I'm going to have to clean my pipette again. All right. It looks brown to me. Might have to let that dry a little. The blue seemed to me like it. Let's try some blue. The blue is I must have put more. The blue is pretty. Let's put more ink in here. I might just need more ink to get a darker color. Might need a lot more. That's okay, I got plenty. I got plenty. Because I'm going to get a new printer, and I want to thank Legia so much. She sent me a PayPal. She sent me a PayPal from last night, and it just floored me. She said, this is to help you get your printer. I don't want to knock that over. Let's see if this is any better. Oh yeah, it's a little better. It's still a little watery though. But I'm okay with it. It looks brown to me. It doesn't look yellow. But I'm okay with whatever I get. It's not a bright, bright yellow. But it says it's yellow. On the cap here, it says yellow. Y for yellow. Make sure I get this screwed on tight. I don't want to put them in that box without being on there tight. I didn't get out the blue. If I layer it, it's darker. And of course my paper's warping. It kind of is an orangey color. And look at what it does on the back. That's why I used a piece of copy paper. So whatever I spray, I'm going to have to be sure that if I'm spraying in an art journal that I have protection. In more ways than one. All right, let's put the caps back on here. I don't know what happened to the other one. And all of these are going to go in the box. I'm going to clean my pipette. And I'll just let that dry. And I'll put that in my Society of Ideal Collector. I'll probably find other uses for this ink. I can't think of anything right now other than ink pads and sprays. I also have a magenta, but I'm not going to make a magenta spray. Magenta and black. A black spray would be pretty too. All right, let's clean the pipette. I cleaned my dish. I'm running out of water. I might have to put some alcohol in there and see if alcohol will clean out that pipette. These are not expensive. Let's dump this. Put some alcohol in it. See if alcohol will clean that inside of that. You don't know till you experiment with things, and I'm going to have an abundance of this printer ink because my printer is only printing blue, and I don't know how long it's going to continue doing that. I'm fed up with it. I never really liked that printer that much in the first place. Yeah, I think this is permanently stained in there. Can't get much more out. If it's not coming clean with the alcohol, I can still use other colors in there. It's pretty good. It's up to there. It's not perfect, but I'm not going to worry about it because I got some more pipettes and I don't think it'll affect anything that I'm keep doing this. It's getting lighter. Where's my towel? Some of that might be on the outside too. Yeah. Wipe it up on the outside, Meri. That cleaned it up. I'm going to dump this in with my water and it won't hurt my brushes. Probably clean them a little. Clean this off. Alrighty, then. We'll move on. To what? What do you want to move on to, Meri? We'll put this up above and let it dry. And we'll take these off. Well, whoops, I didn't get my pipette put away. That's a little piece of felt. I think I'll throw it away. Put my pipette in the box. What's behind you that you can do? I got more scrappies myself. Oh, here. We'll work on this. This is Paste to Page Journal. And I started this because I was watching Dee Dee. Of course, you know, she inspires me left and right. Let me straighten my camera out a little. Dee Dee is so inspirational. She doesn't teach, she shares, she says. But she teaches. And she was doing collages. She was setting up a journal to do collages. And I'm calling this a paste-to-page journal. And all I'm doing is what she did. She just tore papers and put them in there. And I'll eventually go in and paint around mine. I might put more images on it. But let's paste some more pages in here. I have to find some. Do I have any scraps that I can use? Do you have scraps, Meri? I want larger scraps. Let's see what I have in here. This is a, what is this? Well, these are book covers. And I got some Jacqueline papers that I don't want to tear. I want, let me reach. Oh, hold on, I'm stretching here. I'm looking for stuff. Some more Jacqueline papers, I think. This is, oh, we could use some of these. These are the sunshine pages, though I don't want to use my sunshine pages. I need a magazine. Where are my magazines? I took them and put them in the other room. But I might have something close by. If you give me a minute to walk across the room. I have a fussy cut box. I saw it in here. Let me grab it. And I can put some fussy cuts. I need some images on those pages anyway. And it's a Christmas box, but the fussy cuts are not Christmas. It was just something I had handy. There we go. What time is it? I watch my time because Lori comes on at 9, so I got about 20 minutes. I think these were the calendar pages I was using this morning. Let's explore here. I got ink pens, some broken stuff. I got some words, but I got some fussy cuts in there. I got some Tim Holtz stuff. This I got from Kathy Cowell, Calico Kate. And she stitched on this selvage. Isn't that cool? I've got a couple little teapots, but this is what I'm getting at, is the fussy cuts. Let's take these and put them over here for a minute. So let's see what I can use. I can use entire pages, like I can use the map. We'll go through these. Come back to them. And there's nothing. I want to get down to the cuts. To the fussy cuts. I think I divided these up into different. Let's pull some of these down at the bottom. Let's pull some of these. All right. I'll leave these here. These I'm going to put up for a minute. And I'm going to go through here and maybe take some text. I got a couple maps. I don't need that. Let's see. Let's put that there. This was a history book. What kind of images I want. Mark Twain. That's an interesting image. We'll pull that out. Put that there. I'm just going to quick go through here and pull some images. Of course, there'll be historical images, but they're kind of odd things. artist Thomas Nast shows the Republicans the elephant, right here is the elephant, and the Democrats the tiger. The tiger's the donkey now. They've got the Democrats as being a tiger, both picking on the Chinese and uprooting the Tree of Liberty. Nast soon gave the Democrats a new symbol, a donkey. So it's kind of got some historical context to it. I like this picture right here. It's Wyoming voting in Cheyenne, Wyoming here. The legislature might have worried more about the innovation, except that in 1870 there were 6 times as many men as women. So this is when the women started voting in Wyoming. And there were more men in Wyoming than women, so they weren't worried about it at that time. Reconstructing America, there's a map. I'm just going to go through these real fast and find some things I can paste down. There's some Keystone Police. These are the fussy cuts here. I don't think I'm going to use those for this. I'm just going to put them over here. They'll go back in the box. I'm looking for larger things right now. I've already got maps. I think I got enough. Let's put this back. So we're going to use these. And I won't always use historical, what I have at hand here. Let's put these back. Ooh, that alcohol kind of giving me a tummy ache. I need more ventilation, I think, in this room. Put that there. Let's grab these and see what I want to use. Got another map. I probably won't use all of this. I like the interest ones. All right, and we'll put these things back in there so I don't lose them. I've got some white gel pens there. All right, put that behind me. I'll step over it when so it's now 8:46. So what I want to do is go in, and you can see what I did on these other pages where I just collaged things in. There's this elephant that I think was gifted to me, and I cut it out of here and put the elephant down there and used the negative up there. And this one I left as a flip. So you can kind of see what I'm doing in here. And then I'll probably go back in and paint it. I might see what Dee Dee does with hers. But I'm going to, this is on the Lone Prairie. I really don't want the title. And let's get rid of the margin. And let's tear it diagonally. And put it, because I'll be painting and gluing other things on here. So this stuff I'm just going to throw away as I kind of do this JB5 style fast. And if it doesn't stick, I'll stick it down. I'll glue it down when I work on the page if I have loose ends. And I probably have some more wax paper out, but I'm just going to use the back of my page here. And we'll put this one here, like that. And I'm going to put this one down here. Or I could choose another image. I like these. I really want to tear it this way. Let's get those animals on there. Like that. I like that. So this is kind of prep work for, Dee Dee used hers as a collage journal. I may, who knows, I may do a pick 10 on some of this stuff. We'll just see what this ends up. I like the idea of pasting stuff down in here. Now I'm going to take the text off of this and just let the image be the interest. And I think I'll tear it this way and put it over on this side like this. Or I could mix it up here and do this. And this. Let's turn this one upside down. Like that. Oh, and I got this pretty purple border here. It's too thick to put on there for a glue stick. And I'm keeping an eye on my time. I've got 10 minutes according to my clock. Paint Girly comes on next. Today is Thursday. I kind of lost track of who's on Thursday afternoons. But I know Beth Schuler comes on Thursday night at 6 o'clock. Tuesday and Thursdays, I kind of lost track because it used to be Tanya and Lisa. But and I thought I saw Tanya on the other day. I don't know when I saw her, but was it yesterday? She was doing a library book haul. Tanya McGuire, This, That, and Chat, and Lisa, My Eclectic Life. I used to follow them all the time on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But Lisa had, I think, a hip operation. If I remember right, I kind of forget. And Tanya and her husband traveled a lot. And so they kind of took a break. And I lost track of them. And Dusty Unicorn used to come on. I don't know if she's still coming on now. I haven't seen her for a while. Let's see. I like this picture. This is a very interesting picture. These children worked alongside their mothers and big sisters in a Maryland packing factory. Those too small to work are held in laps or closed away in boxes, said the photographer. Closed away in boxes? Mother Jones was born in Ireland in 1837. In America, Andrew Jackson was president when When she died in 1930, Herbert Hoover was president, and women at least could vote. I'm going to cut this picture out. Tear it out. Where's my ruler? Come on, don't be stubborn. It's being stubborn. I like historical pictures like this. I'm going to let that raggedy edge show. Looks like I've got gunk on this ruler. What else is new? I think it's hand sanitizer. When I clean my hands, it splattered off. Let's put it here. And what's this one? Got a lady, a young girl again. God and Money in America. But it looks like she's working in one of those South Carolina cotton thread industry, so I'm going to put her on here too. And really, this is just to get interest. They may or may not be covered up. I probably will not cover these up. If I was tearing out of a magazine, like a advertisement or something, I might paint over it. I'm going to put this one over here. What do we have on this side? The mail, not the mall, for shopping. Let's save that title. And I won't get my picture. Whoops, I destroyed the title. Oops. Let's put this over here. And let's put this one there. And we'll throw away my scraps real fast. I'm keeping track of time, 8:54. I should probably quit after this page and come out and say goodbye. Let me finish this page. Let's just put, no, I don't want to use that. Let's not put anything because I can't decide right now. We'll just glue these down and decide another day. I'm ready for a cup of coffee. I got up at 3:30 this morning. Haven't had any. I drank water, but I haven't had any breakfast and I haven't had any coffee. I usually have toast in the morning. I like my whole wheat 12 grain bread for toast. These are wagons, and looks like there's a young boy in there delivering product. He didn't go to the mall. He got it through the mail like we do now. It's Amazon. It's Amazon now. We don't go to the mall. We shop on Amazon, and then bring the UPS driver, brings it in his little brown wagon truck. Ah! And we'll put this one. I'm going to put it over here because it fits. And we'll stop for today. So what did I do? I worked in my calendar. We mixed inks. What else did I do? I made that ink pad. And I experimented with mixing some inks to see if I could mix colors, and I don't think, but you can make, I'm going to go back and watch Lindsay's video again. You can make your own ink pads for different pigments. I've got a whole bunch of pigments that I was using for melting wax and stuff. So I'm just going to put these in the back here. So we did a couple pages in the page journal. What did we do? Oh, I skipped a page. We'll have to come back to that. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. That's good enough. Let's go back to, let's just open it up to one here. I skipped a page in here. It won't stay there, but, and see, I'll have to, when I work on these pages, I'll have to re-glue anyway. But it gives me a starter. And we'll just see how it ends up. All right, let me come out and say goodbye. Let me refresh my chat. Brenda says, coffee is a must for me. Not Brenda, Belinda says, coffee is a must for me when I get up. It helps clear out the early morning brain fog. Yeah, I usually have coffee in the morning, but I don't always get it before I come in and stream. Angie was here. She said she needed to go. Thanks for popping in. Carol is here. Belinda said she needed coffee. Carol, Belinda. Hi, Carol. Oh, Dee Dee popped back in. Dee Dee popped back in. Belinda says, that isn't giving you any, well, that isn't giving you any type of yellow color at all. I know. Isn't that weird? I wonder how the printer maybe it's my ink. Because that yellow does not look yellow, but I'm not getting any color at all out of my yellow. I think the printer is messed up. It probably needs it's probably clogged up, and I've watched videos, but they take everything apart. They take the top off, and there's little tubes that go into little slots in there. They squirt, they clean all that out. And I'm sure my overflow tank is probably full. I want to figure out where that is, and I would think that would be some nice black ink, the overflow tank on the printer. Save that. Yeah, that was giving me a rusty brown. Here it is right here. We're going to put this in my Society of Idea Collector. Dee Dee says, thanks, Meri. What? Belinda says she responded to everyone who greeted her. Belinda says, I saw her on somebody's stream yesterday. Has anyone seen Goldie anywhere? Goldie, I haven't. She runs a Facebook message group. I haven't seen her on there, but she is around. Now, this dried a little bit more yellow. Can you see it dried a little more yellow? So maybe you just need to let it dry. But I still don't have the green. I'm still getting, well, that's magenta. This was the yellow and blue, and it turned black and brown. So I'm not happy with mixing these inks. I don't think. Now the sprays, this was a spray. These down here were sprays, and these were just painted on. Let's see. What else? They're saying goodbye to Angie, Carol. That isn't giving you any type of yellow. I think I just have to let it dry because I see it being, it's still kind of an orangey color. It's kind of a yellow orange. I don't really like it. And that came straight out of the bottle. I don't know. Dee Dee, what are you doing? Angie says. Did Dee Dee answer her? She said, thanks, Meri. I don't think Dee Dee saw Angie's question. Bye, Angie. Angie left. Let's see what else is going on here. Laura says, oh, thank you so much for this wonderful stream. I'm heading out. Hopefully I will catch you guys around later. Laura will be streaming at 10 o'clock. I'm thinking that it is 10 o'clock on Eastern time on Saturday. She's in a hop by Dana and Becca. I told her, she posted links up above, but I told her she could come in, like I'll be streaming tomorrow morning and Friday night. So I'm going to go ahead. It's already 9:02. Paint Girlie's coming on. I'm going to put this in my Society of Idea Collector. So have a great day, everybody. Don't forget, Beth Schuler comes on tonight around 6 p.m. Eastern. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Bye.